Two people were burned alive in Myanmar, not centuries ago, not in a movie, but recently, during an ongoing civil war that most of the world barely talks about. In central Myanmar's Magwe region, two young men in their 20s were captured by military forces and allied militias. They were restrained, publicly displayed, and then set on fire. A video of the execution later spread online. It wasn't an accident, it wasn't chaos, it was deliberate. To understand why this happened, you need to understand what Myanmar has been living through since 2021. In February of that year, Myanmar's military overthrew the elected civilian government in a coup. Millions of people protested peacefully. The military responded with bullets. As protests were crushed, armed resistance groups formed across the country. These groups became known as People's Defense Forces, or PDFs. Since then, Myanmar has been locked in a brutal civil war. Entire villages have been burned. Thousands of civilians have been killed, and central regions like Magwe have become major targets. The two men burned alive were believed to be resistance fighters. According to multiple independent reports, they were captured by junta forces and pro-military militias. They were taken to a public area. Witnesses say they were hung or restrained in place. Then they were set on fire in front of others. This was not only an execution, it was a message meant
When
to
I got
spread
there,
fear.
they hanged them on the tree
In
and
conflicts
poured
like this,
gasoline and diesel on their
violence
bodies.
isn't only used
The
to
rebels
defeat
were moving
fighters,
and screaming
it's
and
used
said
to
they
terrorize
apologized.
communities.
But the militia replied,
Burning people
"Apologize
alive
in your next
is one of
life."
the most extreme forms of intimidation. Under international law, acts like this are considered war crimes. Human rights groups say this incident fits a wider pattern. Since the coup, Myanmar's military has repeatedly used fire as a weapon. Villages burned, homes destroyed, people trapped inside. This execution gained attention because it was recorded. But many similar killings are never filmed. When the video spread, international outrage followed. The United Nations and human rights organizations called for accountability. They demanded investigations. But Myanmar's military government has denied responsibility. Independent investigators are blocked from entering the country. As of now, no one has been held accountable. For many people online, this was just another disturbing clip. Something shocking, something easy to scroll past. But for people living in Myanmar, this is reality. Fear is part of daily life. Fear is how control is maintained. Fear is the point. Two people were burned alive not just to kill them, but to warn everyone else. And unless the world keeps paying attention, stories like this will keep happening in silence. Thanks for watching.